Hello and welcome to day 11. We are only one day away from completing the 12 days of foundations. But before we close out our foundation series, I thought it would be fun to share a little bit about yoga, the Sanskrits, and a few other little tidbits that are always fun to know and kind of help expand your mind into what yoga is. Yoga, meaning to yoke or to make one, actually originated in ancient India texts thousands of years ago. It was actually originally a spiritual system that was designed to unite the body, breath, and mind. But over time, the physical postures or the asanas became a part of a much larger system. And that's what we tend to focus on in our present day and our present practices. If you're ever interested in learning more about the history or deepening your understanding of yoga or the 8 limbs of yoga or anything else associated with yoga, the 3 books I definitely recommend is the Yoga Sutras, excellent read, Light on Yoga, and the Bhagavad Gita. Great books to read. Absolutely wonderful. So if you ever want to read up or you're looking for a little bit more into the world of yoga beyond the physical practice, those are some really good books to take a look into. Okay, let's talk about some Sanskrits you may hear in my classes. Now, there is a Sanskrit word for every single posture out there. But I definitely don't have time to go over every single word. And I still don't actually know them all myself. There's so many I'm still learning. But I do teach them, or they do tend to slip out during a movement class. However, if that does happen, I always follow it up with what it means or what pose that particular Sanskrit was. But one of the words I do repeat a lot in my classes would be asana, and I'm sure you've heard it through this series. It just simply means posture or pose. Next is prana or pranayama, which is our breath control. Dristi, we have talked about dristi, which is our gaze or our focus. And then there is namaste, which a lot of people get confused with what namaste actually means. And all it simply means is the light in me honors the light in you. It's a gesture of respect and connection, but a lot of people will get that confused. So I just wanted to clear that one up right away. Another thing we might use in our classes are mudras. And in Sanskrit, mudras translates to seal or gesture through these movements. So these are movements that we make with our hands to help connect our mind and our body by activating our energy flow. Each of these different mudras are thought to lock in energies and help it flow more efficiently. There are 5 elements of the human body, and each finger represents one of the elements, starting with the thumb. We have fire, air, space, earth, and water. It's believed that through a regular practice of these mudras, we can create balance in the body between the 5 elements. These mudras have actually been used for thousands of years. One you would probably recognize right away is our Anjali Mudra, which is when we bring our hands into prayer right in front of our chest, creating balance in our body and our minds. Another commonly used mudra would be our Gaya Mudra, which is connecting our thumb to our pointer finger. And this is to help us connect to our inner wisdom, focusing our energy and promoting inner stillness. Lastly, you may hear me word out our bandhas, which mean locks. These are subtle muscular engagements that support stability and energy control, and there are 5 bandhas. The 2 main ones I teach are our Jalahanda Bandha. This is our throat lock that we used in day number 1 with our Ujjayi breath, and that's just the slight tuck of the chin into the chest to contract the throat, thus giving us our ocean breath or our exhale. This bandha is actually believed to help calm the mind and the nerves. The second bandha that we may use a lot is our mula bandha, and this is our root lock. This is actually believed to help draw energy upwards from the body, from our pelvic floor, and it's very similar to like a kegel. And as a mama, there are more than one benefit for this one, including the healing benefits. So just note these bandhas they're not about clenching, they're about like subtle support. In modern yoga classes, you may only hear pieces of the tradition, but knowing just a little bit more helps you connect deeply to what you're practicing. You don't need to speak the Sanskrit or understand the Sanskrit to practice yoga. You don't need to memorize the philosophy, but just understanding the roots of the practice just helps us allow us to approach it with respect and intention. Yoga is movement, but it's also meaning. So I hope you enjoyed. We just dipped our toes a little bit into a little bit deeper of our practices and kind of what to expect and all that fun stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I will see you in the next video. It is our last video, but don't forget about our bonus videos. I'm super excited to get to those. So I'll see you in the next video.